from this experience. And Dinny Cahill and his backroom team of Gregory O'Kane, a great hurler from Dunloy, of course played for Antrim for years, Bobby Thornhill and Jerry Wallace from Cork. If they can continue on, this Antrim team will be back. Nice shot of Ray Ryan exchanging jerseys there with Neil McManus. That's what it's all about. For Antrim, it's the end of the road. For Fraggy Murphy and his Cork team, it's do it all over again, because they're going to now face, under the management of Dennis Walsh, Kilkenny in the All-Ireland hurling semi-final of 2010. And nothing will give greater joy to Cork than to have to face Kilkenny and try and prevent Kilkenny from that 5 in a row.
Yeah, it will be. Cork will cherish the opportunity of getting back into Croke Park again to play Kilkenny. They are an experienced team. There's a lot of old history between them. And if any team can lift it on a day, any given day, it's Cork. It's when you think Cork are written off is their most dangerous. I think you summed up very well there, Marty, exactly where Antrim and where it was a good year for them.
And the full-time score here in Cork: 1 goal and 25 points for the Leesiders. Antrim, 19 points.
Yeah, Marty and Pete there in the commentary box. Cyril Farr, Tomás Mulcahy and Gerlach Nan with us here in studio. Let's hear from Tomás first. Tom, it's a job done. As Marty said there, it's Cork and Kilkenny the next day out, and that had a sense of inevitability about it, I suppose, in that second half.
Yeah, it kind of was a bit something like maybe a bit of a challenge match there in the second half period and stuff. But I mean, Cork would be happy. There's no doubt about it. Score 125. It's a game, as I said, to get out of their way, out of the system after last weekend, and move on out to an All-Ireland semi-final. And the big thing here, I suppose, realistically, is they won't be given a chance against Kilkenny. I mean, there was an awful lot of loose play there, an awful lot of freedom around the park, and certainly against Kilkenny you will not get that level of freedom, you know. So he'll be happy enough with defence. I thought a couple of guys that came in. Ray Ryan had a very good hour there, 70 minutes at left half back. William Egan coming in there, Sean getting a point as well. He's getting his opportunity again. But I think up front again, I think he's going to be disappointed with maybe some performances up front, you know. And that's where the key is against Kilkenny. We got to up the ante big time, and we got to maybe get more goal scoring opportunities. We did get the goal just near a half time, but we didn't create one goal scoring opportunity in the second half, and that was probably for me maybe one disappointment out of the game. But they will be happy.
Gerlach Nan, I could never see a day that Cork would be given a chance against Kilkenny.
I know, yeah, it's very hard to see how they would have a chance, but there are signs of improvement in Cork today. There were things that I liked a lot about their play. Their level of skill is just absolutely fantastic. Their two midfielders were much better today than they were in any game we've seen so far this year. I'm a bit doubtful about Carrigan still at full back. A bit dodgy at times, giving away a lot of frees. They gave away 7 or 8 frees that were scored against them. Still big questions over playing Cusson and Tasaki on the same team, maybe at the same time. But while it was a game today, Cork played really good hurling, very effective. Niall McCarthy, half forward line, played very well. After that, second half, they just cruised to victory, and they just kept the gap. When Antrim got a point, they went up and got another point. And after 3 hard games, you expected that's what they would do. They did what they have done. Now they have the game that they want. Kilkenny have the team that they want as well. Don't forget that. So it'll be a really, really great contest here in 2 weeks' time.
I suppose think about this earlier, just to remind people or to tell people who maybe didn't see the first half of that game. Antrim were going well. Now there was 3 points in it up to about 3 or 4 minutes before the break, and then Cork just put the gap in it. The goal came just at a time that Antrim didn't need it.
Yeah, Antrim would have been quite happy in the first half to stay in the game. You could hear Dinny Cahill beforehand saying he wanted to stay in the game. Now this is where the goal comes out. Actually, Cusson catches a good ball here. He plays it up here. Now Young O'Sullivan actually misses the ball. That's the look of the game. He misses it. Now Asaki does, and he gets it up, and he gives a long little pop pass here to Niall McCarthy, who ran from the far wing about 40 or 50 yards and bats into the net. It's hard to prevent that, but I really think, I know the boys saying that they haven't any chance against Kilkenny, but look, Cork will rise to Kilkenny. Like Tomás the whole time will be saying, he kind of play down, but I expect Cork to put up a great show against Kilkenny, because they are where they want to be. They have 2 games played under the thing and under their belt, and even though Kilkenny won the Leinster title, Mike, when you look at the tape again of the Kilkenny Galway match, Kilkenny didn't actually play that well. They didn't have to play that well.
Didn't have to, yeah.
They'll be out to, of course they'll be hot favourites against Cork, but Cork are one of the teams that will rise to Kilkenny more than tip last year.
No doubt. Let's hear from the Cork manager, Dennis Walsh. He's talking to Joanne Cantwell.
Well, Dennis, when you arrived here, you blew out a big sigh. Does that really sum it up for you?
I think it does, yeah. I mean, I suppose we played some very nice hurling at times, and Antrim really put it up to us. But I just think that maybe we were under a bit of pressure obviously coming in today, and like the game was only a week old, the Munster final, and whether you like it or not, like psychologically we were under a bit of pressure to kind of perform. We did that, and but we kind of, I suppose, maybe the last 2 weeks took a bit out of us, and we weren't able maybe to drive on with the same intensity as I'd like. But outside of that, now there was some very good individual performances, and we certainly moved the ball fairly well, and I suppose we put up a very big score. But Antrim had 2 goal chances there from the we'll say the freeze and that, and if either one of them had gone in, maybe it might be a slightly different game.
A few very good individual performances. Pete Finnerty in commentary said that he felt though you didn't play together well as a team. Would you agree with that?
Well, I suppose a lot of the scores, there was some excellent combination. If you go back in it, there was some from the very start. So, but we didn't kind of kill out the game then, possibly maybe as a team. But I think our movement and that was quite good overall.
If you were to pick out individuals, Niall McCarthy had an excellent game.
He did, yeah. Put in, very honest guy, and he's been playing very well this year overall, and he's continued that form. Delighted with him.
Jada, did you think, you mentioned the week coming after the couple of weeks in Munster, do you think they were tired today?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. The conditions are very warm out there. When we arrived for the minor game, it was cool enough. It looked like a kind of a half a winter's day, but the heat out there was savage. I'm sweating now at the moment. Maybe it's not from exertions, but it was very warm out there, and like three games. I know Offaly had Antrim had a couple of games in the trot as well, but I think the intensity of our games was huge there over the last few weeks.
Just finally, how much do you need to up it now for the semi-final?
Well, I suppose it goes without saying. It's going to be a different ball game, and I suppose we just have to go back and see what the injury situation is over the next few weeks and or over the next couple of days, really, because we haven't much time to sort ourselves out.
Okay, Dennis, well done today. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Dennis Walsh, the Cork hurling manager there. Tomas, obviously you know him very well. Dennis always gives a pragmatic assessment of the games.
Yeah, he's very honest in his opinion there as well, and I think the key thing here, as Sarah was saying, yeah, they have a chance against Kilkenny. There's no doubt about it. The experts outside of us and maybe all the scribes will say, look, it is Kilkenny's All-Ireland to win, right, and they will have a great chance in the All-Ireland semi-final. But the key for Cork is getting back to where they were against Tipperary, getting the injuries back. You look at it today, without Jerry O'Connor, without Sean O'Halpine, and without Shane O'Neill, they're 3 big losses to that Cork setup. So the key is getting these guys back. You need a fully fit squad to take on Kilkenny, and they will be going into it the same way they were going in against Tipperary at the start of the championship. Nobody may be giving them a chance to make an impact, and that will only give Cork the opportunity to gather momentum, get themselves maybe in behind closed doors, and look, they've won throw the dice and move it on.
Galway out, of course, for their match against Tipperary, which is coming up shortly. Throw in at 4 o'clock. Just to wrap up on this game, Gerlach Nan, a word about Liam Watson, their Antrim full forward, who put in a fantastic display, lovely scores, and then get sent off.
I know. So I was talking
about. And could have got sent off at the very start.
I was saying that about him at half time. This is Liam. This is he got 4 or 5 points in play. A terrific player, but he has this thing about this. His discipline leaves an awful lot to be desired, shall we say, but it's called him anything else. Now here we have another incident of this pulling of the helmets off the players. And we all agree that it's something the GA has to clamp down on. The pulling of the helmet. If you put on a helmet and someone pulls on it, it's very, very annoying, first of all, and it's very, very dangerous, as we saw between Tipperary and Westwood.
Yeah.
But no, he wouldn't have been sent off, only that he had already
got the yellow card.
Yes. But it's just a shame for the fella who was in line for man of the match, who had a terrific game, especially when he moved out to centre forward. So great points from outside beside the sideline. And himself and John Garner, 2 yellow cards, but Garner hadn't got a yellow card already. He had. The referees explained exactly why he sent him off. He had no alternative. Correct decision. He had to be sent off.
And the
problem with that situation with Watson was Gardner got involved with somebody else and got a yellow card for it, and it was the minimum he was going to get. But then Watson decided to get involved.
You'll find after next year's Congress, the rule is there now. Tamper with the helmet, it's a yellow card. You'll find after next year's Congress or somewhere along the line, they'll bring in the rule, and rightly so. If you tamper with the helmet, it's a red card.
I think everybody agrees with that. Everybody agrees with that.
Okay, well that's the first of today's quarterfinals taken care of, but plenty of top class action still to come here on the Sunday game. It's the meeting of Galway and Tipperary with an All-Ireland semi-final place at stake.